Blessed is the one who the Master will find at work when he arrives. Today, I'm putting this together in front of the hospital where we're having the 40 Day for Life prayer vigil to pray for an end to abortion. I'm going to share a little bit of the past few days and hopefully inspire you to perhaps for others to get involved, and for those that have been involved to invite a friend to get involved with them. Yesterday we had our CWL from Watford, Our Lady of Help of Christians, sponsor the day, and they pretty much filled all the time slots yesterday. So it's great to have that. A beautiful story came from that. As they were coming by the emergency entrance, there was someone that came out of the hospital and shared that they have a friend that just found out she was expecting. She was uncertain what to do. She needed a sign of some sort of where to go from here. It was an unplanned pregnancy by the sounds of it. So that person took a picture of her 40 Day for Life sign and said, I got to share this with my friend. And she took that back inside with her. Not sure the outcome of that, the rest of that story, but I wonder if we had some people in the right place at the right time. Having said that, all across this 40 Day for Life thing is a global event, and there's many other hospitals on board. And as of Monday morning, there's been reported 43 lives saved due to this prayerful vigil. 43 known ones, probably many more that are unknown. So there's, I wanted to share that because things are happening, and also there are, a bit of concern about, well, what about people that have been through an abortion that are grieving, that are hurting, that are in pain, and are coming here to the hospital for treatment for various, treatments. And I had a call about that, and I was glad to share that with someone. I'm glad they called me on about it because, yeah, it is important, and my heart goes out to them. And I honestly can't feel their pain. I understand that, but I do feel for them and pray for them. And yeah, we might be stirring a wound through that, but at the end of the day, how do we inform others? How do we get to that point? So I would hope that anybody that's in that state would realize that we need to get the message out, the message of life, so that others don't make that same choice. Ultimately, we have lots of choices, and there's a choice of life, there's a choice of adoption, there's possibilities and opportunities, and I think sometimes those going through that feel they don't have a choice, and we need to get it out there. So, blessed is the one who the Master will find at work when he arrives. This event is for all ages. I had some older folks here last week, Thursday, that one man was on a scooter, and he made a few laps with the scooter. Those battery ran low. And then, then we sat on the bench for a while and prayed a rosary there. You could walk halfway around the hospital and find another bench. Do half laps and sit part of it out. Combination of any of the above. Yesterday we had a young mother here with a toddler in her hand and pushing a stroller. This is it's available to anyone. And this morning we had 5 or so people. I'll post a picture later that were coming together to pray together. So it's for all ages. I'm inviting anyone to take a stand for life, be part of the culture of life, and to promote it through these 40 days. And there's all kinds of forms of prayers. There's, I mentioned the rosary. There's other prayers. Some of our plaques, our cards here, our signs have prayers on the back of them you could read while you're walking carefully or sit and read the prayer. You can read some scripture. There's all sorts of ways to pray. And even when you're just walking with someone, conversing, sharing how God has worked in your life, how God has been involved. And in the last few days, I've done a fair bit of that, just walking with somebody and hearing their story and sharing mine, how God is active in our world today, and to embrace that, to embrace God's grace, and just see how God's working in other people's lives. And of course, if nothing else, pray from home. I have people doing that too. Pray for those that are here taking a stand, and pray for those that feel they don't have a choice at a tough time in their life. So I ask you to consider all this, and for those that have already made a lap or two, invite a friend next time. I've got people that invite a different friend every time, and it gets one more person out here. This week, my wife did it for the first time with me, and she fared out okay. So anyway, I leave that with you, and again, that quote from Matthew 24:42. Blessed is the one who the master will find at work when he arrives. God bless.